In 7th grade, after years of trainings, rehearsals, and touring across the country with one of the most prestigious ballet companies in my state, I finally gave in to my school bullies and quit the one passion that fulfilled my childhood. I'd always struggled to make friends and knew that there was something wrong with me, something that turned people away from wanting to form those natural and crucial bonds you form as a kid. Years of, "You still do that? That's so gay," all the way to the laundry list of slurs meant that my participation in dance, a hobby clearly not meant for boys, was the issue. And it turns out I was right. After quitting for the first time in my life, I found a group of friends. More specifically though, it set off a pattern of socialization with the understanding that if I just went with what others wanted, how they acted, what they thought was cool, and suppressed any deviant habits, there would be a place for me at the table. But this isn't a unique experience to me at all. We are literally hardwired to seek the approval of others. Since our evolution into the humans we know ourselves as today, and honestly way before that, we've learned to seek the approval of others for survival, safety, and belonging. This approval seeking has led to every war in history, yet almost certainly has been the dominant factor in keeping our species alive. So was I in the right for wanting to do the easy, natural thing of changing myself to better fit in with my peers? Fast forward only a couple years after I'd quit dance, and social media aimed to set this desire to fit in into stone. While judgment of myself had previously been restricted to the several dozen people in my school, and realistically only those I was able to interact with, we had now opened ourselves up to an infinite number of strangers online. And there were immediate rules to posting online. And every attempt I made to fit into one of these molds or showcase a unique perspective was met with that nagging voice in the back of my head that what I was creating was not cool or worthy enough to be posted. I was craving the acceptance of others so badly, it would physically hurt when I would get less likes on a post versus the one prior. So at some point, I stopped posting. And more importantly, I stopped doing anything to express my creativity and sat back to observe and consume the workings of the internet. This, of course, was the perfect catalyst for a TikTok addiction without any passions or willingness to take chances. Instead of creating, consumption became my hobby. Life seemed hard enough as it was. Keeping up with college, then that weird 2-year depression after you graduate, and then working full time. TikTok perfectly drained the last stores of dopamine in my body before going to sleep each night. And with no desire to do anything useful with my time and energy, it became a microcosm for straight up mean behavior. I would laugh at and even engage with comments straight up bullying creators for showing an ounce of something outside of the norm. My middle school bullies could officially mark my socialization off as a success, as I participated in the same behaviors that tormented me pretty much my whole childhood. Why don't they just stop posting? They're basically asking for judgment. Honestly, a sentiment I've held myself, so I'm not even gonna attempt to take that high road here. I know it comes with the turf of being online, but I'm just imagining us all in those little Matrix pods. I don't know, I've never seen the movie, but just drooling and staring at TikTok compilations. And unfortunately, once I separated myself from my social media addiction, every attempt to pick up a new hobby was met with real world, "That's so cringe," "gaudy," "tacky." Corny was the one I think I grew up with, and now cringe, the perfect Gen Z word to express the idea of deviance. And it's followed in everything I do. After craving literally any sort of purpose in life after I graduated college, I decided to coach a high school robotics team. It is extremely rewarding to get to work with and shape the minds of the literal smartest kids you know, and yet the mere mention of robots or the fact that it's the high school I graduated from has some of my friends in a frenzy to invoke the cringe gods. And it doesn't even have to be about some life calling, just finding simple enjoyment in daily life. I started playing Pokemon Go again. I know, cringe. And my real life friends will groan and ask me why I still play it every time I open the app. Not only did I love Pokemon as a kid, it served as a crucial dose of content as I was waning off of social media. And more than that, the amount of people I've seen light up and tell me to add them on the app, people I never would have thought would play it, has made me realize just how cringe it is to just be hating on someone for simply enjoying something. Doothy made a video on this topic I linked down below, I think you should go check out, and they make the really good point. I could either be cringe or boring. And I think that speaks to the core point I'm trying to make in this video. I look back on who I was as a child, the one that just wanted to fit in, and it was never about the dancing. I didn't make it into the group because I quit dance. but rather because quitting gave me the confidence to open myself up and let others in for the first time. Sure, indirectly quitting helped, but I never actually needed to quit. I needed to believe in myself. I know, cringe, right? I had always wondered if others struggled with their identities and fitting in the way that I did. Knowing what I know now, I think it's pretty safe to say that we're all just trying to figure this shit out. While people may be assholes, I take comfort in the fact that most people are not even thinking about me. You are entirely unspecial with the other 8 billion people living on this planet, and yet, you're the only one living your life. While our ancestors didn't have a choice between group acceptance and survival, we have the gift of living in a time where you can make your life anything you want it. And by no means am I saying not to have friends. They are truly the great comfort in this life. But don't let others' insecurities or unwillingness to live their lives deter you from taking chances and doing what makes you happy. And so I take the challenge now to give grace to my younger self and explore all the passions he wanted to try but never did out of risk of embarrassment. Making this video, for how cringe it is, was an awesome way to let my younger self know that he's okay, that he's willing to take risks despite what others think, and that he misses how good of a dancer he was. If you're interested in topics like these, consider subscribing. And let me know what hobbies you're finding joy in once again. Catch me on here with a new spark for all the cool things this life has to offer. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and add me on Pokemon Go.